competition. It's not any names that are going to blow you away. But
that's just because they haven't had the chance to play any of them.
Exactly, and you're still entering this map with a four-map win streak, and you're probably feeling very comfortable and very confident on it, and you're probably very happy to play it.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to this game. I actually feel like there's a good shot that Paravision can upset
Oh, are you going to call
today.
it? Don't give me the good shot. Give me the yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, going for the upset.
I'll go for Paravision in this one. It's the major, it's the best of ones.
Okay.
Aurora, from what we got to see in Bucharest, they always make it to the playoffs. They always get exciting. But let's start this match together with our betting partner as Paravision and Aurora get into action here on Overpass. Paravision going to show us what they can do on the T side. I'm believing in James. I'm seeing what he's capable of in Overpass over the years. And let's see this P250 get to work.
Gets to start on the T side and really set the tone. Slow opening as well. T side very far back, looking for aggressive stances, aggressive pushes and peaks. Zantara's on a timing over in bathrooms. He was looking towards Fountain to get any information, but he realizes if they'd cross towards long, he can be wrapped upon. So backs off to the next angle and grabs a clean kill. One headshot for Zantara's. And a 5-on-4 for Aurora, but that does not dissuade Paravision from continuing to progress up towards the A bomb site. I think he spotted one more as well, so now we're going to see Joda and Major join up with Woxic on the hustle over to the bomb site. Zantara's kind of lucky to be alive after that peak.
Under a minute on the clock as well here is Paravision going to be resetting, going back through connector to try and get out towards this B bomb site. And they're going to walk into Acadia.
My brother, that long smoke that he throws is doing a lot of work to try and make this feel like they're kind of sneaking up behind the smoke. Good spot from Major. They know what's coming now.
Well, let's see if they can handle the pressure. As Paravision going to be sending these youngsters at the Aurora defense to see if they can rip them apart. Noda up first. Clearing out towards the site. Oh, it's going to be perfect. Acadia set up for distraction of his teammates. He only gets the one kill. Madron walks the cap the rest, though. And that's going to be Aurora winning the pistol, only losing a single player.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he only gets the one kill. He's such a distraction for them, and it takes so long for them to trade him off that everyone else from Aurora is able to get a couple easy kills during the engagement. So pistol round starts out nice and simple. Xantares gives them an advantage, and then eventually Paravision readdressing across the map. And the reason why that's a pretty cool round to think of as well is Paravision likes to play with you in the dark. They don't like you to know where they're moving around the map, which is why some of the rounds take so long. They're going to be walking everywhere. We know James has always enjoyed doing that. So the fact that Major's able to get that jump spot is actually a huge benefit.
Yeah, it's just all about gathering the info as early as possible for Aurora. And so far, it's an opening kill for Paravision in this round. Unexpected, considering what weapons they've got.
Yeah, you don't really see that firing squad work out in that fashion a whole often.
Look at Woxic, though. Based on all the information they get from that peak, he knows he's got all the space in the world to get a flank going. He's a little bit more tentative of the fact they could fall back in towards him, so eventually when he gets the information they're coming up through short, it might not even be required as Jordan just mows them down into 4K, looking for the ace. Not going to put himself in harm's way. Doesn't want another rebuy. You know, losing 2 players in a round like that causes 2 rifles to be purchased, messes up the economy for 4 players, so you don't want that at all. And so Aurora keeping their money clean and looking at a pretty good start here on Overpass.
I'm not going to say the round would have gone away, but Joda looked like he was pushing to like actually aggress short when this happens. So, I mean, he gets very fortunate of the timing that they swing when he still has a chance to fall back in towards cover. I'm going to keep my eye on that and see if there's, you know, just a general theme of Aurora making some information plays and wanting to keep track of this Paravision offense. Monster smoke lands. 4 players out towards Fountains for Paravision. It's just Belchanok who's playing outside the B bomb site.
Great shot from Woxic, getting the AWP out this early in the game. Woxic could absolutely take over the Surfer on the CT side with his AWP if he's having a good one. And in Paravision, once they spot that AWP, once they don't get the bathrooms control or connector control, they almost feel funneled into what is going to be a heavy B attack. So James, AW, and his teammates of Belchanok going to be waiting just outside the monster tunnel.
Doesn't seem like any big issue at the moment, but it could turn into one. That's the second time Paravision has tried to just kind of step down the stairs to front bathrooms and just lost a player for it.
Sure.
First in the pistol, now against the AWP. If that's a theme, it's a problem.
Under a minute on the clock, Acadia playing towards barrels, forcing him to the open. Great shot from AW. Jordan blinded as well, has to run back down into the pit. He's got his teammate Major peeking out from heaven. Now it's the turn of Jordan, but he can't do anything about it as AW continues to frag. He's going to have to fall back on away. He goes in for the plant again once that nade has been blasted. As Zantara is now arriving. on the rotation down to B. It's a great kill on James. Can he get a follow-up here? Yes, he can. Zantares to drop AW, and that's the difference here for Aurora.
His aim is looking a little snappy today. He was darting back and forth between two different angles for that peak. It's all on Noda. 1 versus 3. He's going to come in through Monster. Doesn't feel like there's a snowball's chance in hell he can do this.
He's going to give it a good go and melted by Major. So that's 3 in a row here for Aurora. Sharp start here on Overpass.
Yeah, just got to be concerned, I think. Next, I mean, Paravision throughout this half, they're going to need to establish success towards bathrooms. They need to be getting past that first angle. Easy shot for Woxic. He sees the shoulder first, lines up for that follow-up jiggle, and then just harass the entire time as they try and secure this bomb site for the plant and post-plant positioning. Boost got set up a little bit late. Major didn't want to mess with it whatsoever, calls it off. Him and James, just basically a stalemate. And back to the B bomb site we go. Woxic is at long with his AWP. Zantares in the bathrooms playing towards Divider. They expect there to be more presence towards the A bomb site in this round, but it's not the case. Joda, Wakadia, and Major gonna have this execute on their shoulders.
Flash on the pillar ready. Joda going to be cleared out from behind the barrels. Belchinok doing some great work. Wakadia, backing away, getting out of danger for the time being.
Everyone played counter flash. Everyone played counter utility on this defense. It gave so much room. It was such an easy route to run. And I don't know if you want to go for this one. If you don't get a kill soon and turn this into a 3-on-3, they might just call it off entirely.
We got a boost coming up here. Zantares climbs the top his teammate's head. Can he be the turret that's needed here for Aurora? But ends up getting spotted. And they realize now, Aurora, they've got to give this one up. They just don't find the way into the round. And Paravision finally finding some success that results in a round victory on that B-bomb site.
Yeah, that Barrels player needs somebody to slow down the run. If everyone's playing counter nades and counter utility, nobody's there to actually give him any kind of support to give him time to find a clean fight. Wakadia goes down at the end, an expensive death to take as he's only got 600 in the bank. So Aurora's going to have to drop a weapon over to manage their economy. And Paravision's on the board for the first time. It's the bomb site B simulator in the first 4 rounds of play.
And it sure is. Seeing a lot of action towards that side of the map. Joda this time, the Barrels player, was Wakadia over the first couple of rounds.
See, I mean, they're even in front of his flash by the time he throws it. There's just there needs to be a little bit more understanding of how fast that scale is coming from Paravision.
I think Aurora going to sort of calibrate to that from this point onwards. We got James trying to get up on top of his teammate's head here.
I expect they start playing close monster in the mid to late round.
Woxic going for a peek down into connector, unable to connect it, and he will run away. So we see Paravision start to send forces, surprise, surprise, back over towards B.
This time you've got Wakadia playing along the wall. Joda at Shadow. Oh, blinded, and they both go down. James holds the peak. B bomb site defense knocked down yet again, this time emphatically with no resistance whatsoever.
The plant coming in here for Paravision, and the round secured. It's starting to get into this T site now. It's pretty much just brute forcing their way, forcing this B bomb site to work in their favor.
And seeing some errors out of the B defenders as well. I mean, that's a pocket of time Paravision finds where Monster isn't smoked off. Aurora's just trying to hang on to one so they can throw it later and have the late round timings. So Paravision they nabbed 2 kills with just an easy, simple pop flash. Woxic gonna try and save this off. Missed shot at range. Paravision gets closer, 3-2 scoreline now, and money extremely low for the Aurora side. Woxic will be able to drop one after this round ends, but that only happens if they guarantee both these players survive into the next round, which they will. Stressful situation, stressful moment in the game heading into round 6. Aurora talking over their money at the moment and how they want to manage this. Do they want to save up one? They're going to call a timeout to get some extra 30 seconds to talk things over. Woxic can drop an M4 over to Akadia. Major and Joda can drop down to SMGs or pistols for utility. And Aurora can have a pretty decent buy if they want to continue fighting at this moment.
Cello. Some impact from him. Yeah, a little bit frustrating for Wakadia. I mean, that B-bomb site's starting to get to be a bit of a problem for Aurora.
It's starting to get exposed. I think Aurora's also surprised at how many rounds Paravision has attacked that in this game. Starting to kind of train and condition Aurora to lean towards that B-bomb site. We'll look and see if James calls the switch up at any point.
Well, he's attempting this boost again. On the other side of the map, it's Woxic getting boosted from his teammate to peer down into connector from heaven. And he decides to break that up once the smoke severs off his vision.
Well, and they've got Wakadia set up over towards sandbags as well.
Santara is getting a little bit more aggressive in this kind of round, pushing up towards the top of the connector stairs. He now plants himself in the corner, and you couldn't have asked for a better round for Zantares. They all line up, and he takes 3 kills. Makes it look so simple as well. He falls away.
And an incredible round from your star player. You put faith in the AK saved and the AWP saved and don't invest around it whatsoever. And both those weapons have netted you the results you wanted. 4 kills, 3 of them from Zantares' AK-47.
That was so quick as well. The time to kill was rapid from Zantares.
Man, that peak couldn't have been worse timed though as well.
You look at any other player, well, not any other player, but most other players backing into that corner, you're thinking, oh, they're not a good spot. You can't fall away. They're going to get 1, maybe 2 here. Zantares takes 3 without really even being shot at. Like, he loses half his health, but it's just the way that he handles business. He never looks scared.
Why does James just get like 20 times better when he's saving?
This is where he was born to be. This is his domain. This is his jam.
Well, I mean, they're nice kills. I mean, don't think these are garbage kills either, because with the way this round is played out, remember, Wakadia, Major, and Joda didn't invest anything. So if all 3 of those guys actually had held on to their free upgrades, would have been a huge benefit to the economy. Actually, some I mean, not painful losses for Aurora, but would have been really nice to have them with those free AK-47s. They don't have to spend any cash. You got a ton of money in the bank. James has at least forced them to be honest in terms of their economy and go for the rebuys. 4-2 as Aurora nurse this lead. But, I mean, that's another round where Paravision going into round 7 in this map still haven't shown they can take over bathrooms. Every time they've gone there. Pistol round, they lost the first player to Zantares and backed away and went B. First gun round, they lost a player to Woxic's op and then went B. Now you have a round where you come back and try and take over bathrooms, and Zantares kills 3 of you in a row. So you haven't established any success whatsoever on that side of the map.
Zantares moment. Just obviously capitalizes on the chance. Fortunate that they all line up for him as well, all the same angle. Maybe just a slight adjustment to that connector swing out. But those first 2, definitely a beautiful lineup, eclipsing one another, giving Zantares the clip.
6-0 for Zantares, 4-0 for Woxic. Neither of them have died yet in this game.
Usually a very positive sign for Aurora. Noda grabbing that bomb back. Left spawn without it. We've all been that. And another boost, but look who's waiting for him. Woxic reads that one like a book. How does that taste, James?
Yeah, that sucks.
Nasty.
That's so sad when you're up there and he's just ready for it. That's obviously good research and good looking into your opposition to know they prefer that kind of a boost. I think also, if I'm not reading too much into it, probably goes down to the fact that Aurora's been able to shut them down in bathrooms, so this time Paravision tries something different. Coming through Monster, eradicated. Coming through Short, eradicated. And Paravision have lost all steam.
Yep, no weakness now in this Aurora defense. After that timeout, they've really tightened up this ship. You've got Zantares in the previous round, obviously winning them the round with a 3K, but as soon as they get the money back, this round is a very convincing indeed. Well, 5-2 now for Aurora on the CT side of Overpass. Paravision not really getting going, and we're not seeing anything special, anything pretty looking from the calling department.
Well, yeah, I think Overpass is kind of limiting in that sense. I mean, you kind of mentioned coming into this, and I've seen a lot of the chatter, this being the first time I've seen Paravision play at the Major, of, you know, James not doing that old school slow style. Everything's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit faster with these young guns. But I think Overpass is a map that just naturally forces you to be a little bit slower to begin with. And we have seen some of those more aggressive situations, right? The pop flash in towards Monster at like the minute and 20-second mark. They get the 2 kills, and it's just hustle into the bomb site. So when the opportunity presents itself, it's there. But Overpass as a map is going to force you to open up rounds slower than usual.
Counter-terrorists win.
For Aurora, they just win their first title coming into the Major. It's got to feel pretty good because this is an Aurora that have been knocking on the door all year long, getting into playoffs over and over again, getting into the final of EWC against the Mongols. So many of these competitions must have felt like Aurora should win it, right? And finally getting the job done in Bucharest looked very touch and go for them at that event as well, maybe looking like they wouldn't even make it into the playoffs at some points.
Yeah.
But Aurora got the job done, and that's got to feel like a huge amount of pressure alleviated off your shoulders coming into the biggest event of the year.
Oh, absolutely. That had to have been a goal of theirs for a number of years, especially how long they spent as one of the top teams in the world, performing well, making the playoffs of every single event, and still not able to go deep. Finally getting that first trophy. So slowly clearing things out in the default. Zantar is playing Divider. Woxic now with the AWP backing him up. Paravision is committed to this A bomb site. This is the most progress they've had on the map, especially considering they haven't lost anyone yet. This feels like it's very fakey, and James is going to get punished for just chucking out about 6 pieces of utility, and all you have left now is this hit towards the A bomb site, but there's no presence to make Aurora feel like A is the end goal.
Doesn't feel like it at all, does it? Wakadia now primed and ready, even while blinded, getting one through the smoke. Gets traded out by Belchinok, but there's no getting past Joda. Your A lurker's gone, Noda's dead, and Aurora are performing exactly the way you would have wanted to see them perform today.
Yeah, now Paravision's just getting picked apart and looking lackluster, aren't they?
Yeah, they're looking very average.
And I mean, it's again, it comes back to that point of like, you know, even in a round like this where you have presence towards the A bomb site and at bathrooms, but you don't actually attack into the bomb site. You even got that third defender shifting over. Major actually came over. I think Aurora is very cognizant of the fact that the change up in the targeted bomb site can be painful. So Majors as an IGL is trying to get ahead of James calling for that kind of a switch up. But still, it's just a fake back to B, and even with only 2 defenders, Aurora still handle you. So it's getting worse now for Paravision. And the longer they go without being able to do anything on the other side of the map, the easier it's going to be for Aurora to defend the B bomb site.
Minute 5, and Paravision already set up with the majority of forces ready to go to B again. It's there's one bomb site in this game.
It's the more passive defense, though. They've been able to exploit this one a number of times.
Good timing on the flash, just as Belchinok wanted to move forward. Further utility coming in here for Aurora. They know what's coming at them. Can Aurora hold on? Belchinok over the top, getting rid of the barrels. Player, they all line up for Belchinok. Couldn't get the 3rd kill, but AW certainly will. And Paravision into the site.
Okay, well, whenever Aurora is playing super passive back in the bomb site, where Toxic Barrels is first point of contact, this defense has been weak. Otherwise, they've been able to hold strong. I don't know if Woxic and Zantaras should actually go for this, but they want to see if they can get themselves a cheeky kill. Nope.
Oh, the wallbang's coming in, the nade over the top. Xantares just about got away from that one as well. And they're just going to save. So Woxic and Xantares backing away, keeping their flawless record, not wanting to go down here. 8-0 and 5-0 on the safe call on the A bomb site.
I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. Those are the two A defenders. Yeah. Xantares the one close up in bathrooms with the rifle, Woxic playing at a distance.
And every time they've tried to progress towards A, those two players have shut them down as well. So they probably feel like they have to go towards that B bomb site. And yeah, that passive setup from Aurora not working again.
At what point, if you're Aurora, do you just say, you know what, throw the mind games out the window, throw away the idea that they're going to switch back to the A bomb site. Let's let Woxic and Xantares handle that if it ever happens as our star players. The three of us just need to hold on to this B bomb site, just need to figure it out consistently. And it's a hard gamble because you're seeing Aurora want to show different looks of the defense so that Paravision can't plan for the defense that they're always running. But just every time you're passive, Paravision has had success. You almost have to be aggressive now, despite the fact that you want to switch things up. Front bathroom smoke, so Woxic and Xantares back off. Belshanock, the only member of Paravision here outside the B bomb site at the moment. He's going to be joined up by Noda. Resmoke and Monster is going to bring this down to the another few seconds. And this still just looks like superficial presence in bathrooms to eventually set up a late round play towards the B bomb site. James rotating back with the bomb now.
"30 seconds. Such a limited time. Once again, the B bomb site will be attacked. It's a flash ready for Major to set up his two teammates. Jonah up first, and he goes out to the peak. There's a little bit of an awkward confusion there for the T's for a second, but then James and Noda both come out on top. Xantares down, takes his death. Belchanock hands it out. Noda follows up, and it's an absolute calamity here for Aurora, getting caught by flashes. A little bit awkward, and it ends up being a 4th round for Paravision on that B bomb site.
I can't believe this is just enough to do this to Aurora. And now I imagine you're going to hunt down this AWP. I mean, Aurora is just trying to find the timing to get aggressive. They cannot find out a winning defense at this bomb site. Good kill from Woxic as he maintains his deathless scoreline, 6-0. But Paravision slowly closing in from the A bomb site. And Woxic is going to have to battle to survive. Plenty of money for Aurora, so he'll have the op in the next round. I mean, Aurora's just sat there thinking, okay, there's like 25 seconds on the clock. We're going to flash peek Monster because they have to be coming in now, and it's maybe a second early.
All right, it's not the prettiest, but it's very effective from Paravision. And the fact that they have opportunities now to grab an extra round or two just from one strategy, really, like one finish at least. There's been a couple of like different versions on the lead up to it, but it's been the finish towards the B bomb site.
They haven't even
been the only key.
They haven't even thrown like execute utility at the A bomb site. They haven't ever thrown a dice mauler. They haven't thrown a smoke for bank. They haven't thrown a smoke for CT stairs. They haven't even cared about that bomb site whatsoever. Nope. They're just making sure that nobody from Aurora is being aggressive to get a fast flank or wrap around them or catch them on a timing coming down the stairs.
Yeah,
that's all they care about when it comes to the A bomb site.
Well, I guess it's effective enough so far.
It's got to be frustrating if you're Woxic and Xantares as well.
It's like, guys, come on, just hold the B bomb site.
Well, Xantares was there this round, so he can't say anything anymore. Yeah, Woxic, though, he can still talk some smack.
All right, just Woxic. He's the only one with the ability to talk some smack. Look at this throw from Xantares. Look at the smack
it's a faster execute, though.
Yeah, and acceleration. It's actually Negated the issue of Zantaris' aggression, and Excello, well, straight away to a kill on Wakadia and Jota. We got Zantaris now arriving in that flank, but his teammates are gone, but that's the bomb. And look, AW's he's still here, and that fence protected Zantaris for just a second longer, then Zantaris still goes down. So Woxic, once again, running down from the A bomb site, frustrated that all of his teammates are gone on B. And Woxic's got a 1v3 ahead of him.
It's just different timings, and these B defenders having a really rough time being coordinated and handling it. And I think they're so frustrated now, and they've had so many different looks that have not worked that this time they just kind of get bottled up in shadow along the boards.
Dude, this is going to be a very frustrating game for Aurora. You just have to sit there so annoyed that you can't figure it out.
And this was 6-2 at one point.
Somehow, some way, James doing it again. It's got to be the most irritating in-game leader to play against.
Honestly, there's nothing really. I don't think there's anything stylistically that's going to be frustrating Aurora at the moment, right? It's not
just
like
the way they're losing B.
Right. It's not like they're like misreading the scenarios. It's not like they're being outplayed tactically. They just can't. They can't hold on to the B bomb site.
Yeah, that's frustrating. But it's the idea that they just keep hitting B over and over again.
They haven't even really changed it up all that much. Like, majority of it has just been these hits through Monster. Jame picking off a player, swinging and jiggling at boards, and then everyone else kind of coming in, either taking down the Toxic Barrels player if they're passive, mopping them up if they're aggressive. One thing maybe you could try and do, just out of desperation, since nothing else has worked, is if you get aggressive and take over short early in the round, use that as a position to fight from. One player watching the tunnel, one player kind of looking back into the bomb site and watching the door. You could maybe combine that with some aggression from Zantaris to watch their back at blue door.
It's just funny, the one time Zantaris decides to go really aggressive, they just rush B.
Yeah, they just hit a timing like 10 seconds faster than he would have liked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, though. That's where you'd also say that indication should have been there to the B defenders. Like, if Zantaris is pushing that aggressively and sees nothing at playground and always wrapping around above ladder, if all 5 players are outside B right out of the gate, then it's got to be a faster timing than usual.
Well, finally, it's an Aurora opening. They brought Woxic over to address the issue at the B bomb site, and Belchanok is the first victim. Can Aurora take a lead out of the first half of Overpass, or have Paravision done enough to pull this back to a tied game? We've got Noda, Jame, and AW now coming at the B bomb site. Once again, a B finish being set up. It's Jota winning through Monster, MP9 to melt 2, and this time they're not getting through. Paravision held at the door of the B site.
Nice job from Jota. Great round. Close up behind the smoke. He makes it look easy. Makes you wonder, should have just done that earlier, maybe. Would have been nice.
Well, it would have been. There's the bomb, and there's the kill. Excello going down to Jota's hand. It is Aurora who will leave this first half 7-5 up. A very frustrating half. They couldn't figure out the B bomb site up until the final round. Welcome back to Budapest here for stage 2 of the StarLadder Major. We've got Aurora. They are leading the way, barely, 7-5. It was a frustrating half of Counter-Strike, I'm sure, for the Turkish team, who just had to deal with a constant barrage of executions into that B-bomb site.
It was 12 rounds to the B-bomb site. It was every round of the half went to the B-bomb site. There was a few like small presences, but never taking over never even taking over bathrooms. Never passing divider.
Yeah, well, we got to come back to this battle together with our betting partner as we get into the second half. It is a Paravision who are behind, but now switch to the defense. Let's see if Aurora go A.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Like, I think Aurora, we're all going to say they're the better team, stronger players individually, more experience. But I mean, we've seen some T-sides from them fall flat. So a chance that Paravision can kind of take these 5 rounds that they get, despite losing the pistol on T-side Overpass, and might be able to ride that into a victory. You have James playing as the CT op presence back at the A bomb site, shifting between the sites. Look at this stack over towards stairs. Santars, there's contact. 2 players turn attention to the front stairs. Spotted as well, so Aurora's going to back off. So James will be that offer playing supportive. Zello, the rifler at the A bomb site. Belshunok is going to be defending the B monster in the gun rounds. AW is a rotating player from the B bomb site. Noda playing B short. But on the pistol round, they're going to have a pack mentality. Retake at the B bomb site playing from heaven. Majority of the forces stacked towards the A bomb site, and they seem so convinced this is where Aurora will end up. And this is an incredibly deadly stack. And with only 28 seconds, Aurora don't have any other options.
Zantaras all the way up as Wakadia going forward through that smoke, and it's Noda to come out on top. James with a follow-up headshot, and Joda Woxic with only 2 kills going the way of Aurora here. It is not enough to even think about a bomb plan. It is a shutdown in favor of Paravision on the A site. It's our first round on the map, getting to watch that A bomb site, and it is a failure. So Paravision happily collecting this pistol, starting to shrink the gap already.
Now that's a great team call. That's a great strategic victory out of Paravision. Good one, but from James, just kind of working the map and seeing them peek up and just saying, you know what, I think they're going to go back to the A-bomb site. Let's head over. We'll just stack it up. We'll take the risk. And you know what? In a best of 1 with 4 major rookies, James is going to call every cheesy play he possibly can to make this easier for his team, and he's doing an excellent job. On advancing from stage 1, James said, it's some sort of miracle happening in front of your eyes. It's continuing in stage 2, and a victory here puts them in a position for 1 best of 3 to advance to the next stage again.
James doing it again. Last StarLadder Major back in 2019, he took a Vanguard to the final. Played against Astralis. Very one-sided final that at the Major, but that's when Astralis were the world-dominating squad.
Yeah, that right at the tail end of their dominating era. And then James would, of course, go on to win the IEM Rio Major as well.
We've got James waiting in behind the dice box, not gambling with his life. He's allowing his teammates to go out and take the fights instead. And we've now got Jota all the way back in the bathrooms. Eventually going to be taken down. Paravision haven't lost a single player yet, and they won't. So a clean sheet as that money begins to build here on the CT side, and they are setting themselves up beautifully to kick off this second half and teeing themselves up for what could be a big upset.
What makes this so dangerous is I think Paravision have actually just started to believe that they're going to win this game. That they've just got the confidence from that first half. Like, yeah, you're getting beat up for a little bit. 6-2, you had a couple nice rounds towards the B bomb site, but then it felt like Aurora figured out how to defend against it. But you grab control right back and you rattle off such a huge string on your T side of Overpass. So Paravision feeling very comfortable in their spot on the map in the game so far. Four players at the B bomb site out of the gate. I think supplementing the weaker weapon of the MP9 on Belshunok that's close up towards Monster. And it feels like Aurora just want to split the B bomb site. 2 players coming from door in towards short. 3 going to come through Monster. They'll beat that smoke.
Nice good shot from Jorda. That's going to be an easy one onto Belchinok. We've got Noda trading out at least, but he can't get away. It's his teammate Xello stepping up and excelling inside of the site. It's Jorda and Zantares, the victims, X'd out as Major and Woxic now 2v2 start to back away with a minute on the clock.
Yeah, I don't think they've seen either of these last two players. Not exactly sure where they are, but they know the rotation was going to be coming in. But that happens early enough in the round for them to readdress. And Overpass being such a huge map, they need all the time in the world to walk silently. Major's got a decent enough jump. 6 or 7 seconds ahead of Woxic now over towards Divider. No utility. Major and Woxic got to do this contact, and that's a scary prospect up against James AWP.
Here's James up for the peak. Woxic moves into the bomb site, going to be committing to the plant grenade, landing a little bit too far. And Major, he's already waiting for this push around the corner. AW walks right into him, and it's down to James to try and clutch this up. It's going to be so difficult to pull this off for James. 2 rifles on the other side, and they double swing, and they take him out. James just couldn't get a shot off. Great recovery to the round there from Aurora. Good pause and relocation to find that A-bomb site.
Yeah, really lovely recovery, but Jay missed that shot on the entrance into the bomb site. That was the one he absolutely needed to hit. He'll be frustrated with himself. You can see the referee leaning in as Distan has called a timeout to have a conversation with the Paravision boys. A little bit of a chit-chat as their first CT gun round is somewhat of a hiccup. A great B-hold, putting a stop to the attack there, but losing in the ensuing 2-on-2 across the map.
Well, I think it's also just sit here and figure out what kind of buy they can throw together here at Paravision. Well, they might be able to get away with.
Yeah, no AWP in the field of play in this round will be very nice for Aurora, although Woxic has his AWP for the other side of things. How do they want to open it up? Do they feel like they can exploit? Now that there's not an AWP in play, you assume no AWP will be reinvested this early in the half. Do you feel like you have a little bit more freedom to challenge over towards bathrooms, or once again, are we going to get a B-site simulator? That's the first bomb plant at the A-bomb site. I didn't think about that.
Well, there you go.
That's a weird one, round 15. Yeah.
Took a while to get there, but we've seen it now. And it's Aurora to find success from it. Sending their forces out through middle, past the fountain. Look at the buy here for Paravision. So they've got 3 rifles and 2 5.7s. Great opportunity for Aurora to grab control of the game. Keep
note of James' money. Everyone has fully invested into this round except for him. 36.50 in the bank for James. He wants to make sure the next buy round that Paravision have, he'll have an AWP. Might even be able to buy a hero op in the next round if he wants to get really frisky with it. Not the most uncommon buy in James-led teams.
No, absolutely not. I mean, a lot of other in-game leaders, if they have enough like this, they would throw a rifle over to one of their riflers and give it a good go, have 4 rifles in play, but not James.
Well, because the philosophy of this round for Paravision is going to be, I mean, they're stacked at the B-bomb, so you're obviously hoping it's here. If this is just the finishing move off this utility for Aurora,
he's missed all the timings.
Yeah, nobody budges from the B-bomb site, and then James can afford the op in the next round, and then you've got a full buy. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. So, I mean, you understand the philosophy. It's actually quite a nice philosophy. James is the information player on the weak side of the map. Doesn't invest anything in case he's to go down. But the next round is going to be a completely full investment from Paravision's defense.
I mean, that's got to feel just so, like the timings, every single time James would jump, they would just move out of his cross. That was crazy. Almost more difficult not to spot anybody there. But yeah, absolutely saving everything over to the next round. James will have an AWP, so not the worst case scenario here for Paravision. Aurora will increase their lead to a 9-7 scoreline. At least finding some success here. Sure, it feels good for James to be reunited with Dastan again, someone who understands his philosophy of Counter-Strike, agrees with him.
Yeah, and Dastan as well for a while was, felt like he was doing enough good work with Virtus Pro and Outsiders when they played under that tag to be, in the discussion for one of the stronger coaches we have in the scene. But his exit, during the whole VP roster shuffle of figuring out who's going to go out and who's going to go in and how they want to retool and kind of work their organization for the future. I felt like Dastan's departure was one of the bigger surprises throughout that multi-month stretch.
It's just kind of terrible from Virtus Pro from that point onwards. So it kind of worked out for Dastan's stock, I guess. But right now, Aurora starting to head over towards the fountain. The difference in this round is, look at Paravision, they've got everything they want, maybe apart from Belchinok and a rifle, but James got the AWP out. See if he can use it up towards the bathrooms. We anticipate this is going to be an area of dominance for Jame, but can't really get involved. The fire keeps him back for now. Wasn't finding too much success in that first half with the AWP. Jame as he was looking towards bathrooms. Walks the cat his number.
Well, I'd say, yeah, not in terms of like volume, but in terms of impact, I think he found all the kills he was looking for, right? He got like 2 or 3 of those supportive kills as the jiggle peek came from the boards towards the B bomb site from the T side. As a T side AWPer, that's kind of what you want. Woxa can do him one better though, finding a deep pick into the A bomb site, and now it's all Zello.
Yeah, Zello going for it. Xantares is going to go down. At least the trade is quick here from Aurora, staying focused on the A play. It was B simulator in the first half. Now it's A simulator over and over and over again. Here's Aurora. Bash down the doors of the A defenders. It's Noda having to save and no chance as he runs away. It's 10 rounds here for Aurora.
Yeah, nice job getting to double digits, and that also knocks the money away from the side of Paravision. Major gives his sound cue as he's here to hunt the last rifle that wasn't able to get involved in the defense. Aurora can risk a few weapons hunting this down if they'd like to. It would be a lovely thing to have this final rifle out of the hands of Paravision for the next round, make things easier. Low HP Majors should have this without any kind of issue. Ten to 7.
That's loud.
That is, yeah.
They got loud for that one. Dude.
Yeah, that one hyped him up. It was maybe like the least intensity of the round, but you know, it's a significant round victory. Economy is broken and shattered. And this defense wasn't able to put a stop to anything. Aurora may be coming into this half, and Major's like, look, I'm going to teach these guys how to hit the A bomb site. I don't know what he said in the second half, but the first part was, see how easy it is? Man ain't wrong.
Yeah.
That was easy to just march up and take the bomb site.
Let's just do that over and over again. Then Aurora. I mean, there's no money now for Paravision, so if anything, it gets easier. So we're now looking at 11 to 7 for Aurora.
Yeah, Wakadia knows it as well. The designated Mac 10er.
Yeah. Getting real comfy. Not as comfy as you might be, though. If you decide to buy a black-light chair, Jason. It's the official gaming chair, desk partner of the StarLadder Major. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
I heard pray tell.
All right, let's get into the action then. Aurora, 10-7 up. Utility ready to go. We're going to get some more B bomb site. If you missed it, well, it's back.
Yeah, if you were feeling like the B bomb site wasn't getting enough love in the first half, we have got a treat in store for you in this round. Wakadia's Mac 10 going to lead the way through Monster. Joda's going to be on his hip. Xantares is going to take some fights from short. They've got to hit the timing of this before Zello gets too close on the flank, and they should be fine.
There's a good kill from Wakadia. Belchinok with the USP. But shouldn't really be anything other than that one kill.
Yeah, but they're held out of Monster, so the Flake can have an impact now. And remember, that's an M4.
Don't let it happen, Aurora. Do not let Excello
that smoke's about to fade.
Execute you from behind. Here
what are we doing,
comes.
boys?
Not looking, not ready. Excello, can he step up here? There's one and a second. Excello has low HP in front of him, and Excello taking everybody down. Exceptional on the flank from Excello.
Okay, so it's not that easy, Major.
No.
Look, that's Aurora playing so scared. I don't know why, with the talent and the fraggers that they've got, why they were so afraid. You encounter, what, a pistol on the swing from Monster that you kill, a USP over at Toxic Barrels. Why are we so scared, boys? Why does nobody want to turn this corner? Lying in wait, the smoke fades. It took like 10 seconds. Nobody worked up the courage, and Zello punishes you. An impressive performance from one of the Major rookies. And that's so deflating if you're Aurora.
Oh, now you just go away. Just go away. Screw that B-bomb side, Aurora. Hasn't been working out for you. And they're taking control of the connector now.
Well, Jame is out towards long with the AWP. Zello playing Divider, the hero of the last round. You've got AW, Noda, and Belshanock playing over towards Monster in this B bomb site. Being challenged with the smoke break, blinded. He gets two. Noda saves his life, and Belshanock recovers in time, and the B bomb site holds.
Yeah, once again, Aurora coming to B, but it's all about Paravision on that B bomb site, both on the T side and the CT side now. Under a minute left. Woxic and Major with no real hope at getting anything done here.
And I'll tell you what, we can reopen the conversation. Aurora been one of the most brittle teams we've seen in terms of mentality through 2025. They've had a tough time when the pressure is on. And Paravision is now applying that pressure. And it's exponentially increasing with every round they win. Zontar's looking frustrated. Another round shoved to the side.
Woxic steps up to the top of the stairs. Bomb on his back gets spotted early. You start rotating as well. He's going to hunt down Excello. Still can't get the kill. And we are now looking at 10-9. And you're right, mental collapse has certainly been something we've talked about surrounding Aurora all year long. And this could be the moment. That previous round with the Excello flank against Pistols.
Oh, it's not looking good.
Oh, it's starting to collapse for Aurora.
It's not looking good, boys. That's not ideal. Money's gone as well in this round, so just absolutely brutal. Not much going for him out of those back-to-back round losses. Paravision come right back into this when it felt like they're the ones who had been broken. When Major's shouting out, look how easy it is as they just waltz into the A bomb site, it feels like Aurora have all the confidence in the world, but that's just been shattered in the past two. So Major trying to come up with a solution. Third and final timeout burned. A one-round lead for Aurora, but they have to fight this round with Pistols, so Paravision looking to tie things up, and then it's anyone's game. Money growing on the side of Paravision as well. James has 6,700 in the bank. So Aurora have to invest at least a little bit. Armor and Tech 9s with a little utility to try and get some economic damage. But it's back to the B bomb site where they were just stuffed in back-to-back rounds.
Flashes ready to go to send this pack of MAC-10s racing in through short. Good clearance from Makati. Can he get a follow-up? 3 kills are right back from Paravision. You blink your eyes, and all of a sudden Paravision have won the round. It's a tight game again here on Overpass as Paravision reopen the conversation about taking a win versus Aurora and putting themselves 1BO3 away from qualification into stage 3.
James just has all the understandings of their timings. I mean, he shifted over at the perfect moment to be up in heaven for that set piece, for that execute. And with a low buy round, just not enough utility to go everywhere. Aurora's got to be sitting here scratching their heads being like, how could they take over the B bomb site so effortlessly and we're struggling to get more than a kill? Unlike Paravision, Aurora might have to win this map towards the A bomb site if they can work up the courage to head back in that direction. Zello's playing here. James still at long with the AWP. And slowly Major is taking control of Connector. Moving up the stairs behind the Molotov.
Yeah, Aurora obviously can still get themselves back into this. A round win here is essential. That is it for Aurora. Jota holding for some pressure, some peaks that Paravision might throw at them, but what he receives instead is a smoke. Haven't seen Zontares really take over for a moment. He's had that one round on the CT side where he gets a 3K. Other than that, hasn't been anything all that exciting from Zontares. Be a great time for him to show up for Aurora. Always their shining light. The talisman player for the Turkish squad. 40 seconds. Aurora gather at B. They haven't found a huge amount of success finishing on this B bomb site. Paravision have always been one step ahead. Here they come again in a crucial round. Round 21. Noda with the first kill. Woxic to trade it. Limited time as Aurora start to send their waves attacking in. And it is Aurora who wash over the Paravision defenses, finally breaking through into this B site. But that bomb plan is denied by James. Once again, he is the thorn in their side as Aurora could possibly lose this round. They get rid of James with a smoke clearance and put it all on Excello. The X factor today, but not this time, not in this round, and Aurora win an important round victory.
Oh, that's one of the few times Jay makes the aggressive decision rather than the passive one to sit back in graffiti, try and step around the edge of the smoke, and it's just broken open. He brought that round right back. Yeah, you crack into the bomb site, but then the final bosses show up from the other side, James and Zello. And you think they're going to close it out after the bomb plant gets denied. But a lovely job from Wakadia playing behind the site. Nate into the smoke, takes down James. Zello, no options but to swing. One round lead again for Aurora, 11-10.
Money is still good here for Paravision. You've got the AWP out for James. Everybody has their rifles. James even has money left over for the next round. Same can't be said about all of his teammates. There's the best chance for Paravision to stay competitive.
Yeah, and I mean, with a James-led team, you just know if it gets down to a point in the round where 3-on-3, 3-on-2, 4-on-2, that Paravision might make the economic decision to keep a couple guns alive. And Aurora go back to the A bomb site yet again. No presence outside B. Defensive smoke just placed up in Monster. And yet again, Paravision have the right read. Deep Molotov, I think, is an early signal that Aurora at least want to apply some pressure here. So with third player shifted, a fourth player playing passive at the B bomb site, he'll have a fast rotation.
Three players ready to go just in front of that dice box. Like two. It's AW. His teammates are gone, but he doesn't need them. AW with the 3K. Here's Santares now trying to make the difference for Aurora, but it's Jota instead who has found the important kills. Comes down to a 2v2. Either Aurora move forward to map point or Paravision tie things up.
You got time to get in new positions if you're Aurora as well, but you got to do it now.
It's these two major rookies up against Santares and Jota coming back in through bank. Here comes the retake. Here comes the utility. Smokes down. Defuse started. Paravision holding it. Holding on that defuse all the way. And they will win the round. It's all tied again between Paravision and Aurora. And Overpass will go down to the final wire.
Gotta give AW his flowers in this round. A brilliant triple kill. One of them an easy cleanup on low HP. But he knows that he's not getting out of that situation. It's about standing and fighting and taking as many as you possibly can before you fall. Just lovely work. The point man on that defense. And an early smoke that Zantares and Jota didn't expect that retake to be so quick. And no timeouts to pause the action. It's right back into things for Aurora, 11-11.
This is absolutely the most difficult opponent Paravision have played so far in their run here in Budapest. The teams they've taken down, the Huns, Gaming Legion, Legacy, Liquid, but Aurora definitely stand at the top of that pile. They could get the win here on Overpass. James starts things off with a kill on Major. It is the first step towards map point and is picked up by their leader.
Yeah, just the lack of money has got to be heartbreaking for Aurora. Sitting back with a Mac 10 on Zantares, couple Tech 9. Some players can't even afford armor into the next round. And yet again, Paravision know exactly what's coming after that pick from James. 4 players at the B bomb site and 1 up in heaven. As soon as Noda gets this signal, they're lined up. Good trade from Woxic, but you're not getting past the rest of the rifles.
Yeah, you can see how intensely he was calling out the numbers there at short as well once he went down after that initial kill. Paravision locked in, ready to take this upset win versus Aurora. Aurora used to complicated group stages as of late, right? They're used to taking losses they shouldn't and getting pushed to the brink.
But there is a mental factor of having to struggle so much against this team of 4 major rookies.
Absolutely.
Brand new to this level, this kind of competition outside of James.
You can forgive yourself for losing to FaZe, but to lose to Paravision.
It just seems silly, doesn't it, to say it out loud? No matter how impressive they've been in the way they've played.
Well, Aurora have one chance to bring it into overtime. Otherwise, Paravision, led by James, have taken another upset victory in the competition.
And they're missing some utility in this round, so there's not really the potential for like a multi-layered round. They've got to be really economic and place these flashbangs perfectly, especially if you want to head to the A bomb site against James Alp. Thankfully for Aurora, James backed off all the way to the bomb site because they probably want to save a few flashes on these angles and bathrooms so that they don't have to be worried, so they can have them for the execute for the set piece. There's 1, there's 2. They're not going to slow down.
And it's James again with another opening kill. Back-to-back rounds, James delivering. Consistently throughout his career, he has overperformed at majors. He gets dropped out of his team. He has to go back and rebuild with a bunch of new rookies. He's brought them here. And now we have to pull off a retake to try and close out in regulation versus Aurora. Easier said than done because Santara is still around, but not for long. Excello proves he's the better X in the server, and Wakadia fragging forward. Still 3 players stand for Aurora in this post plant, but once again it's a flight. This time Belchinok at race, they line up, and Belchinok knocks over all 3. It will be Paravision to collect yet another upset victory here in Budapest. The StarLadder Major is delivering for James yet again, and it's a win over Aurora added to their tally.
Yeah, his self-professed miracle run continues. An incredible game. 12 rounds straight on the T side, attacking into the B bomb site, winning 5 of those rounds. And then on the CT side, just pulling enough together. That defense held so strong. Great performances in